Hello, I'm T. Enright. We're starting in the United States, where devastating wildfires in Los Angeles have tragically claimed the lives of at least 10 people. The death toll was revised upward just over an hour ago. Around 1-800-00 people have been ordered to evacuate, and many neighborhoods are unrecognizable. Residents have described the firestorm as apocalyptic. Officials report that thousands of homes and other structures have been damaged or destroyed. AccuWeather estimates the damage could total between $135 billion and $150 billion. The National Guard has been deployed amid reports of looting. The largest fires have been burning for a third night, though fierce winds have eased, giving firefighters. Police believe one of the blazes in the western part of the city was deliberately started and are treating it as a crime scene. A suspect is in custody and will soon be questioned. For more, let's go live to our North America correspondent, Helena Humphrey, for the latest updates. Wipe This House Burned Down live on the news. It was a beautiful home filled with countless memories, and it's difficult to describe the extent of the devastation here. The LA County Sheriff put it plainly, saying that in some areas, it looks as if a bomb had been dropped. To date, more than twice the size of Manhattan has been destroyed, and the fires are still raging uncontrollably. A new fire has ignited in West Hills, advancing into Ventura County, and it's expected to spread rapidly due to strong winds. This is a stark reminder of how quickly things can change, as the situation remains extremely volatile and unpredictable. On Thursday, a brief lull in the fierce Santa Ana winds allowed aircraft to streak across the skies, dropping water and fire retardant onto the flames. However, there's no guarantee that this calm will last, as forecasters warn that more winds could fan these infernos even further.
Definitely played the biggest part, especially with the flying embers. I mean, I remember seeing embers just shooting over my head like, oh my gosh, that's somebody's house. That's someone's property. Just balls of fire.
Residents have ventured back, bracing themselves for what they'd find, only to discover their homes reduced to little more than ash. Many told us they're simply too devastated to speak on camera. These fires don't discriminate, tearing through every kind of neighborhood, from lavish mansions to humble bungalows. All of them once a place of safety for someone.
This looks like the apocalypse. It just doesn't feel like the normal things that happen in your life. This is something very unusual.
For others, the scope of this catastrophe confirms their growing fears about the changing climate. It's obvious that this stuff is happening because of global warming, and people who just want to deny it don't know science or how to research these things. One resident added, I think humans are funny because they think anywhere they move in this world they'll be safe, but the entire world is facing global warming. I guess pick your disaster and live there. What disaster makes you feel most comfortable? Because that's the world we're living in at this point.
Here in Altadena, fire crews are out battling these hot spots. You can see that many homes, like this one, are still smouldering. And you can see here that this entire neighborhood, this entire community has essentially been wiped out. We've been speaking to families here who have lived in these homes for generations. And in just a matter of hours, they've lost everything.
In some of the hardest hit areas, a nighttime curfew is in place as some attempt to profit from the chaos. Looting has already led to multiple arrests. Meanwhile, President Biden has pledged his support for all those affected, saying, to the families who have been impacted by this disaster, you're living through a nightmare, I know, and I promise you we're going to help you get through this and eventually recover and rebuild. However, rebuilding seems hard to imagine right now, as all residents can do is wait, hoping and praying that the next gust of wind won't stoke the embers back into an inferno. Helena Humphrey, BBC News, Los Angeles. I spoke to our North America correspondent David Willis a short time ago, who provided an update from Altadena, where he is on the site of the Pasadena Altero fire. There is an eerie silence here, and behind me is all that remains of what was once a wood-framed family home. All that's left is the staircase leading to what was the upper floor. There's a family car completely burnt out, and there's not a property on this street that hasn't been either completely destroyed or badly damaged. Earlier today, another fast-moving fire broke out to the west of us here, which spread to about 1,000 acres of land before being swiftly brought under control by firefighters who used helicopters and planes to drop water from above. Police are now investigating the cause of that fire and are questioning a man on suspicion of arson. The biggest blaze of all is the Pacific Palisades fire, which has grown to about 7,000 acres. The good news is that there's been some containment. About 6% of the massive fire has now been contained. However, it has destroyed hundreds of multi-million-dollar properties, and there's still a lot of work ahead. Officials are hoping that the winds will stay calm for the next few hours before potentially whipping up again over the weekend, which could make their job much harder. The disaster management effort has been ramping up over the last few hours. We've seen a convoy of fire trucks arriving from Nevada. Firefighters from states like Oregon, Arizona, and Washington have been brought in, and 400 additional firefighters have joined the effort. Federal agencies and the White House have promised that whatever is needed will be provided to help these communities recover. Well,